Good evening, Fae, halflings, dwarves, and fantastical folk. I am the most charmed of cats, and I welcome you to another night of the Order of the Isles, a homebrew that takes place in the northern region of the world. This region's known as the Isles. Our party is just settling in at the guild hall known as the Noon Dawn in the port city of Cliveton. A new place for some, familiar to others. Players, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello, I play Leof, and Leof is a 5'1" human bard with golden hair and golden eyes. He's 26 years old, and his main goal is to travel around the world as much as he can and collect as many folk tales and heroic tales and songs, many of which he writes himself, and sing and perform for others. If he doesn't know a piece of heroic information, he knows where to find it. And his favorite thing ever to do is to have a big crowd around him so that he can tell these tales and max out his charisma as much as possible.
All right. Hello, everybody. I play Baxter, the Tabaxi Rogue. He is 6'3" with golden eyes, and he is got the fur pattern of the clouded leopard. Baxter's just out exploring the world, wanting to learn more about the world outside of his clan that he grew up in, and just finding adventures, trying to leave places that he finds a little better than how he found them. And he's gotten rather attached to this ragtag group of adventurers that have become his new friends. And he's happy to keep going on adventures with them, even if sometimes those adventures are a little rough.
Nice. Hello, everyone. I play Alvia, the high noble elf, who's a bit snooty. She is 6 feet tall, has silvery blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's looking for adventure and freedom from her very oppressive and constricted life in the high noble elven society. And she's going on with her adventures with this crew that she met at this very establishment that we see today.
And I am Mosu. I am the little sister of the group, but I'm not very little. I'm actually the tallest. I'm about 7 feet tall. I kind of like a Serena Williams build. Like, I got meat on my bones, but I'm like strong. And I have slate blue skin, dark brown hair. I have a little wildfire bear spirit named Kit that I have forged from the ground at one of our battles. And now it kind of tags along. And yeah, that's Mosu tends to think not with her head, but with her eyes and heart.
Exactly.
So that is that.
Mosu, would you please give us a summary of last session?
Absolutely. So to preface this, Mosu has this little journal, and she's been writing journal entries to her mother throughout the adventures and over the last month and a little bit before. And so this was her note that she left her mother after the last episode. Mom, my last note talked about the bears and traps and gnolls under attack, but after the gnoll business, we were plenty hungry. I climbed a tree and collected eggs, just like Dad taught me, and did my best to catch a fish, but all I could do was catch a frog. That was not the best. So then Baxter took charge and caught not 1, but 3 fish. He may be the master catcher, but I definitely outdid him on the filleting part. The old pirate man really taught me well. Who knew others besides just the feeders could learn all of these skills? Anywho, after the scrumptious meal, we set off to the guild inn to redeem our pay for helping out with the cows. We passed the bandit camp without a trace. However, we weren't as lucky by the river and got a little tangled up. Last time we passed this space, there were these twig creatures that I entangled in the ground, and then we fled. But this time, I snuck by successfully, But unfortunately, Baxter was not as sneaky, and the twigs had become now vines, bigger and stronger. I was separated from the group by 6 of these really large vine creatures. So I summoned my little fireball of a bear spirit. It still amazes me that this is what the spirit of the bear has chosen for my path. I know no one will approve or trust me that I say that I really wanted to be a healer, like I was born to be and raised to be. But deep down, fighting is just what feels natural. It feels what needs to be to help sustain the natural balance of things. It just feels so right. Anyway, I digress. Fancy words Elvia taught me. By the light of the forest and the spirit of the bear, those vines burned, killing not one, not two, not even 3, but 4 of the 6 vine creatures. My friends were able to weed off the other 2, and afterwards we continued forward, where we found the remains of the boars we killed from our first fight together. From the distance came the snarls of a pack of wolves. My instincts set in, and I pounced the first wolf I saw, leaving him slain on the ground. What my brain didn't register was my friends discussing not engaging the beasts and just running away. Well, it was a little too late. Luckily, within minutes, we were able to defeat the pack, and with some sleep magic from Leof, some sneak attacks from Baxter, acid arrows from Elvia as she defeated and defended her egg, and some fiery destruction on my part. I grabbed a canine tooth as a souvenir, and off we went until we made it to the guild. I really think you would like my new friends. I'm a little worried that they'll want to go our different ways now that we have finished our work order, but I hope they'll stay with me and help me find the answer. I wish I could ask for your advice, but I know you're one with the light of the woods now. Nadiyama, Mosu.
That's beautiful. Good job. So that catches us all up. Now that we're all caught up, let me think about where you are. You're inside. You are inside the guild tavern. Leof, you have just gone to wash up since you're covered in wolf's blood. Pretty magical, bro. And I think I said it was Gurnik. Was it Gurnik or Gurmir that was greeting you? I know I said it was one of them.
I think it was Gurnik.
Okay, Gurnik.
Yes.
So I'll say, unless you guys object, you guys are all sitting together at the bar talking with Gurnik. You hear some ruffling around, and Gurnik has poured you up all a drink, and he goes, "On the house, so glad to have you back again." And his brother Gurmir comes out and he goes, "Oh, it's you! Welcome back. Tell us, have you fulfilled both orders?"
Only one of them.
Well, we got one. It was a bit heftier than we were kind of expecting it to be once we got there, which is why we're a little late getting back. But yeah, we managed. I don't remember who had the note, but I think we got a note of like, yeah, we did the thing as like proof. I don't remember if someone specifically had it or if the group collectively had it.
You see a little bit of a shadow cast over the brothers, and they're like, "Oh, that's too bad to hear. Losing a work order from the royal kitchen. That's going to be a hard one, especially with all the rumors flying about."
Rumors?
What rumors?
It's like, well,
Come out of the bathroom now. I'm just gonna come out and come and like join in the middle of this awkward conversation and be like, the what?
okay. I'll say you go all around and you sit next to Baxi. He goes, "Well, we really thought that maybe you guys completing both of these orders would hopefully help our reputation. As you know, we're really close to having to shut down. At least this one will get us to the end of the month, but without being able to fulfill the royal kitchens and, like you said, the rumors, there have been rumors going around that we've been hiring people from the Prince of Thieves. And that's
Really?
not a rumor that we've been wanting. No one's gonna hire us to send people out if they think we're working with those scallywags, those scum of
You
the
are the
earth.
prince of thieves, weaves?
Yeah,
Thieves.
Prince of Thieves. Prince of Thieves! Says
Who are
Well,
they?
the brothers.
Who is that?
Who is it? That's a great question. We'd like to know. We'll go down there and clear our names ourselves. Right now, it's just a bunch of talk. But, I don't know. We did get one last order in before all the rumors went spreading about a fortnight ago. Maybe, just maybe, if you guys could do this last one, it'll at least give us a month to get back on our feet and clear our name. And
well, I don't know
Is
how.
that? Oh.
Well, I don't know how much it'll help boost the reputation, but that missing cattle trouble ended up being missing horse trouble because of a flock of griffins that we beat. So maybe something as grand as that would help boost the reputation a little better.
Aye, that could
I don't.
help, but I mean, people aren't as interested in news from the ranchers as they are other things.
Yeah, so if you remember, we were looking for if there was missing crates from the royal kitchen. We did find a missing crate. Well, I don't know if it was the missing crate, but we did find a missing crate.
Oh, it was a missing cart, you say? You found a missing cart?
Oh, cart. Yep, yep. On our travels, it looked like bandits had attacked it, and there was some weird stuff in there.
Bandits, you say? And Gurmir goes, maybe the Prince of Thieves is true. We can't be messed up with that. I guess it's a good thing you didn't figure anything out. He goes, Gurnik turns specifically to Leof and he goes, listen, if we can just stay the month, I've had my ear on the ground since you came in. Sounded like you were really interested in dragons. If you were to go and do this last order that we have, this last work order that we have, I think it'll give me time to suss out any of the information I've heard. There's been whispers of dragons stirring all about the Isles.
Ooh, dragons.
Leof is gonna kind of like lean forward a little bit and go, you know what? I'm for that, but there is one more thing, if you don't mind. I'll take care of this, but I need you to just do one thing for me.
And what be that, lad?
As you know, I'm very interested in anything and everything exciting happening around here. So I would be much obliged if you would let me know or collect any and all wanted posters and let me look at them when I come in.
All right, that sounds good. We can definitely do that. Aye, Gurmir? Aye, Gurnik!
It'll help me
Gonna be
collect
a
more
bounty hunter?
stories.
What was that?
I'm just gonna
Oh,
say,
one more
look,
time,
you a
lad.
bounty hunter, Leof?
No, but you know, the most exciting tales that I'm able to write down are usually the ones that the kingdom doesn't usually approve of.
Oh, you're not wrong.
So this Prince of Thieves,
So,
tell me more.
Well, there's rumors all about the town about the Prince of Thieves doing awful, horrible things, really. Some say they've been stealing orphans, others say they've been pillaging and burning down houses. Not one person can really, vouch for it, but if you saw a cart and you think it was bandits, really, truly could be them. I know the local bandits around here, they have different leaders that rise and fall, and they've been quiet long enough. I wouldn't be surprised if someone named the prince were doing it, but to say that we've been hiring them, what rubbish! What poppycock!
so can you just remind me, because I got really distracted. There was a missing cart, and they just wanted us to find the missing cart.
Well, little missy, big missy, you see, the work order for the cart was they needed their kitchen items for a royal banquet they were holding. They hadn't heard from the farmers for a few weeks, and usually every fortnight the farmers come and deliver the goods. It's very unusual that they wouldn't have shown up. They were wondering where their missing cart would be. But unfortunately, we have to go report to them that you hadn't found anything. We were holding off, hoping that maybe you would come back, but the royal banquet has come and gone already, and we have to, return the money that they put down on it. I don't think we can encourage them to let us take up any more time.
So then how are we supposed to do this another work order if they're not gonna let us?
So the one that
Am
you
I
did
confused?
would get us to the end of the month. We had another one before the rumors that would get us at least a couple more months. That should keep us floating through the rumors at least.
So you want us to stop the rumors then?
No, I have another work order I'd like you to do, and hopefully...
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay. I was confused. I've been drinking a little ale, and tell you what, I'm not the best with ale.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Got it.
Hey, everybody.
If you're all drinking, because Gurnik had
Yeah.
originally poured you all a pint. So if you're drinking the pint, yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Osu's right on the middle. Got a 10.
Got a 10? Yeah, you feel it. Your cheeks are flushed red. Your legs feel a little lighter. So do your arms. You feel a
I'm
little
playing with my
looser
hair.
in your shoulders.
Make a mustache. I'm just gonna make a mustache with my hair.
Elvia got a 15.
Okay, with a 15, you like the way it tastes. It's sitting really light in your stomach. You don't really feel any type of buzz yet, but you're really enjoying the beverage, and there could be room for more.
I rolled a 12.
A 12? With a 12, your cat shoulders relax down. All your fur feels like the silkiest it's ever felt, and you feel like a little purr coming up from your tummy.
16.
16? You've had harder
Oh.
stuff. You've definitely had some harder stuff. Although this is a nice, light, crisp ale, it's not really doing much for you.
That seems accurate.
So he's like, yeah, we got this real big ticket item, and he goes, but before we start one thing, let us settle up with the other thing for the, let's see here, work orders, ranchers. I know you were saying there are griffins involved. As far as we've ever heard from griffins, those are pretty nasty things. They only set aside 20 gold for that one, but, you finish this next one, and we'll reward you a little more handsomely. And so they push forward the 20 gold just in the middle, probably between Elvia and Baxter, and they're like, split it however you like, it's not up to us.
Even splits sound good to everybody?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
So that's 5 each?
5 each.
5 gold pieces. He goes, yeah, as we were saying, and it's up to you if you want to take it, and we're already in debt to you. We didn't think we'd last this long, but before the rumors started pouring in, a man named Butch from up north came down, and he took out this work order. They've been complaining of mysterious shrieks and whispers in the night. The sire who took up this name, Butch Longneck. Oh, yeah, that's right, Butch Longneck. Lives up to his name, he does. He says he just sired his firstborn, and his miss has been nothing but miserable, as you do when you have a babe. Having to stay up all day with a young one, and all night to the shrieks from out yonder. Butch says that every time he has gone out, all the shrieks but stop. Then, when he's fast asleep, it starts up again. Not like any animals he's ever heard before, either. He's offering 60 gold for this one. The last
And where is it?
Up north, by the old port. If you just...
How north?
The port.
A port. So, well, this is Cliveton, and Cliveton is the thriving port city of Maine. But back yonder, when this isle was getting kind of, established, the port used to be in the north because it was closer to Dior. But we stopped using that one because the kingdom began to be established. So more merchants began to live here, and Cliveton was born. Anyway, he says this is the last bit of gold his parents left him before they passed away. This would definitely keep us in business a few months more. Enough to weather the storm of the spewing coming from the kingdom court and those blasted rumors.
Sure. Did he say how long this had been going on? These shrieks?
No, but if you head north and look for Butch Longneck, I'm sure he'll be able to tell you more.
What does he do? Who is Butch?
Butch Longneck? Not sure, lass. He just
How
said...
can we find him in the port? Did he he came and he was like, I have an order. I'm not going to tell you except that I'm north.
The brothers look at each other and they go, well, usually when we're busy, that's kind of how it works. There's not a lot of houses up north. I'm sure it won't be hard. It's a very small village. It's not like it is here.
Okie dokie.
I'm sure we'll be able to manage.
Well, I don't want to speak for everyone, but since you're keeping your ears out for dragons and you're doing that favor for me, of course.
You see the biggest sigh of relief. They look at each other. Oh, you have no idea the thanks we give to you. You finish this one. We promise there's something in it for you.
I'm willing to help out too, but I know for one I'm going to need at least a day to restock, rest, clean up. So we're definitely not heading out to do this tonight.
Hey, I don't think this one is like the cart one. Take as long as you need.
All right, you got it.
We definitely have at least to the end of the month, so you've got 2 fortnights. I mean, if you could.
We'll do what we can.
We'll scrape by a couple days by doing what we do best. Aye. Trade secret, wink.
Do you guys have rooms or a room here where we could stay the night, or should we find accommodations at an inn?
Aye, we can do that. And, you know what? They both look at each other and they're like, we would like to, when you come back, we will initiate you as official guild members of A New Dawn. Because, this feels like a new dawn for us.
I like it.
Awesome.
And then they go right through where Leoff washed up
When
his...
he says that, Mosu just because she just sticks her hand right out to right in front of his face, trying to shake his hand because he was like, "This is a new dawn."
They both put one hand and another hand into your hand, and they shake you with both of their hands. But it fits because you have a bigger hand and they're smaller. So one's got your first 2 fingers and the other one's got your bottom 2 fingers.
And then I'm gonna take my hands and then I'm just gonna high five my paw.
So they explain that just right down where you, young lad, what did you say your name was again? We should be on a first name basis. You guys are our heroes. Heroes of A New Dawn. That's a nice name for you.
Oh, well, I'm
group.
Yeah,
Or by ourselves.
Yeah, for the group. Leoff, you're Leoff, eh? Good to
That's
have
me.
met. Well met again.
You're very eloquent today.
Well,
Oh, look, it's my cousin.
we've been keeping it a little dry these days since we don't know how much coin we got to stretch.
Mosu.
Mosu, good meat, good.
Meat is very good.
We
I'm
are
back.
celebrating. Baxter, you say? Hey. Cheers.
Cheers.
And you, quiet one.
Hmm? Cheers.
Oh, your name, though.
Oh, Alvia.
Elvia. Oh, they both tried to perceive what you were holding, and they rolled really low, so they don't know what you're holding. They go, traveling on the road with a young babe, eh?
Yeah.
Why, you guys have what they call the heart of an ogre. Well, anyway, right through the room where you washed up Leof is a set of room with 2 beds. I know it's a little small, but Gurnik and I can group up in the master chambers. Sorry if it's not so big.
It's fine. I'm mostly just looking for a place where I know I can keep my stuff safe.
Well, we don't get a lot of foot traffic in here. He gestures out to the rest of the bar. He's like, you can really just take up residence in here wherever you want to.
Appreciate the offer. I'm going to get up and go to where the rooms are and just... Yes?
Baxter, you guys said when we're gonna drink, you guys are gonna teach me how to play games.
Oh, you want to learn how to play drinking games, eh?
They told me it's essential to be a fun person.
Okay. Well,
I don't remember saying
we
that.
got
but-
one for
Maybe it
you.
wasn't you. I think it was Leof. But anyway, you can't leave. This is our first night together with Ale.
We're just getting settled. We'll come back.
Yes.
Okay.
I was mostly just going to set my pack and stuff down and wash some of the blood out of my fur.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Don't worry. We're not leaving. Just
Oh, okay.
getting settled. It's okay.
Oh,
Okay.
we could get you set up with a game there, girl.
Really?
Well, sure we can. We've been guild owners for long enough. We know a little bar tavern game. Okay. He tops you off with another full glass, and he goes, this one's a simple one. Toss the coin. If you get it in the cup heads up, you finish it. If you get it in the cup's head down, I finish it. If you miss the cup completely... What should we do about that, eh? What do you say, Gurnik? If you miss the cup completely, you have to, take a shot. Take a shot! Alright, that sounds good.
Like a punch?
We could do it. Hi. He
How
starts
it's
cracking his knuckles. He's like, I haven't laid my fists out in a while. I could use a little bit of shots. He goes, aye, Gurmir. He's like, calm
This sounds
yourself.
fun.
He's like, shots of this, and he's slams this very, very old vintage looking brown bottle on the table. And he goes, this is something our pops made a long time ago. I bet it's just the right night to be popping this one off.
It's super ale.
Yeah, super ale. Our father called this the breath of the dragon. Or dragon's breath. It depends what region you're from.
All right, how do we play? Well,
All right.
you kind of explained it.
So you're gonna
But how do I,
you're gonna flip a coin, right? So you're gonna use your dexterity if it were a modified kind of thing, and if you get a 15 to a 20, you'll make it in. We'll flip the coin, or I guess you'll roll a d6 to determine if it's heads or tails. After that, odds are tails, heads are even. And I have this written on the board behind me so I don't forget.
Evens are heads, odds are tails.
That's right. He goes, you need a 10 to a 15. A 10 to a 15 just hits the cup. Hitting the cup keeps you in the game. If you get anything from a 1 to a 9, that means you miss the cup completely and you have to take a shot.
And above 15, I get in the cup.
That's right, and that's when we roll if it's heads or tails.
How do we... Oh, got it. Wait, no, I don't. We're both going to roll for heads or tails. And if we
No,
have
you're
the same
flipping
thing...
a coin. You're flipping a coin in the cup. There's only one coin, lass.
Oh!
You roll a d20 with your dexterity modifier. If you get a
Got it.
1 through a 9, it means you miss the cup. A 10 to a 15 means you hit the cup, but you don't have to drink it. A 15 to 20 means you made it in the cup, and then we'll read the coin with a d6 roll to see who has to drink it. Aye, you got it? The best games are learned by playing. Flip a
Okay,
coin.
let's play it.
Who else is in?
I'm gonna watch. I am going to watch all of this. And he just leans back with his pint.
With
Well,
dexterity.
Elvia wishes to join, but she's like cradling her child, like, well, I'd like to. Leah,
There's no judgment here, little lady.
And
Do I want
11.
An
You
11.
want to take the baby for a little bit?
Yeah, you know what? Why don't I take the baby for a turn about the room?
All right.
I'm gonna walk over.
Elvia kind of like undoes the swaddle that she's got the egg in on her chest and gives it to Leof, but she also sees that he's struggling to put the swaddle back on, so she ties it for him, so it's nice and secure.
I'll say, as you're switching it over, they'll get another perception check. Germir doesn't notice, but Gurnik thinks he sees that it's a little too ovular. A little flash of white pops out and he goes, I ain't gonna ask.
It's a
Can I do
it's a
like
good
a-
stance.
I'm gonna like do like a turn about the room. Can I do like a perception check to see if I see any like wanted posters or work orders or something on the walls
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
as I take the baby about the room?
And so you said you rolled an 11. With an 11, just as it's like you flip the coin and it hits just the edge of the cup and falls out instead. Go ahead, lass, give it another try. Nobody has to drink for that.
I rolled a 6. I don't think I see anything.
No, actually, what you do see are all outdated posters. You see some like photos of old guild members and but you don't really see anything new or current. I'll say you can do separate checks in each different corner of the room. So you'll do it in this corner, and then as you move along, you can do another one in the top corner. What did you get there, lass?
15.
15. Oh, that plunk! It goes right in. So roll a d6, and we'll see if it landed in heads or tails.
It's a 1. So
that's
tails.
Tails. So Gurnik has to drink. He goes, that's one for me. And he like slams it on the table and then takes it and chugs the whole thing. We'll give him like a constitution roll. Yeah, he looks pretty normal after that. He feels it a little bit. You see his face get, like, his entire face gets red. Unlike yours, where, like, just your cheeks are kind of flushed. His whole head is red now.
Oh, yeah, your turn.
All right. What role was it again?
Roll a dexterity.
Dexterity. Huh?
Aye.
A 21.
21! Oh, okay, so you flipped it, and it flies up, hits the ceiling, hits the back of the bar, tink, 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 like, hits 3 more bottles, as, like, Gurmir looks over, it, like, bounced off his shoulder and into the cup. Whoa!
That is the elven way.
That was totally wicked.
It's like in our line of playing this game. Coin cup. We ain't never seen that. Coin cup? When did we ever call it coin cup? I don't know. Just go with it. He goes, yeah. You go to look in the cup and roll a d6 to see if it's heads or tails.
D6. A 4.
It's a 4, which means it is heads. You drank up last. You earned it after that one. So you chug it. Actually, I should have made. Oh yeah. You make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Yeah, we'll see how that ale's hitting you after you chug the whole thing.
A 3.
Even though you had Old Man Mead's drinks the last few weeks, this ale has hit you so hard that you chug it and you like slide down in your no, maybe you don't even slide down in your chair. Maybe it makes you so hype, you start slurring your words a little bit now. It's hitting pretty hard. And you're losing kind of that you have like inhibitions, they're gone. Forget about them. And then they turn to you. Catman. Give it a go. Come on.
Sure, I'll play around.
Yeah.
1 round.
I'll give you guidance.
They go 1 round, so they pull out even bigger cup.
Oh,
they pull out like a glass. It's in the shape of a hammer. So the bottom of it is like a big, like battle hammer, and then the top is cylindrical, and all the glass is like finely detailed.
And I give you a guidance, so you also add a 1d4 to your roll as well, because I really want you to make it. Okay, so back to what you gotta do is you gotta really flick it, but aim.
Even with that, I only got a 13.
A 13.
I feel really bad.
Hey, 13
Try
is
again.
Yeah, that's not so bad. It just like plinks off the side of the glass and lands on the table. He slides the coin back to you. He's like, "You're still in it. Give it another go."
Just mimic Elvia. I give you guidance again.
All right. Let's see. I want to see how high I can get it then. So with guidance, it's an 18.
An 18. Oh, that lands. Roll a d6. We're gonna read the coin.
1.
Oh, a 1. That's on me, I guess. Now, so I'll say when it's this big of a drink, he's gonna get a disadvantage on Constitution, which means he got a 2. And then he chugs it. He chugs it right, and he goes, and then he falls flat on his back and passes out.
Like Princess Bride with the poison.
Yes.
Yeah. And he goes, "Whoa, I haven't seen my brother laid out like that in years." Good job.
Mostly's just gonna pet his head.
You, how?
Because he put his, like, I'm across
No,
from
back-
him from
he
the
fell-
bar, right?
Backwards, I
He's,
think.
he's behind the bar. He's laying flat on his back.
Oh, I thought he, like, laid down on the bar.
No, he fell down flat on his back.
Oh,
You could probably step right over the bar and pet him.
I'm gonna pick him up.
So you get up on the bar, unless you're gonna go around.
No, I'm gonna get up on the bar.
Okay, you get
I'm
up
feeling
on the
it
bar.
too, so
Okay, you pick him up.
I'm gonna pick him up. And then there's a booth over there. Is there a place where he could, like, sleep? Like, that looks like a comfy... Are there any, like...
As you're looking around, looking for a comfy spot to put the dwarf, you see his brother just, like, takes his arm, swipes the bar down, and he goes, put him there!
Alright, and then I'm just gonna place him down right there.
Slap him down on the bar.
Yeah. And then I'm going to pull out of my... Because I didn't put my bag away. I'm just
I
gonna
haven't
pull
yet
out...
either. I'm still here.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah,
Because
none of
then
you guys
I was-
settled in. You just pretty much walked in. And also, I guess we'll take a second, Leof, if you want to roll for perception in this other corner. Because we...
I rolled a 14.
A 14? Sure. In this corner, you see... Okay, so this is... You notice there's musical instruments and stuff, an assortment. And they're all kind of covered in dust. Looks like it hasn't been used in quite a long time. But, there is some type of, like, notice board over here. And, it's kind of a little bit actually closer to these, what do you call it? It's these boards with...
The dartboards?
Yeah, something like that. Target boards, I should say. There's a notice board next to it, and you see on the notice board a huge, freshly printed flyer that says... it says, Cliveton's Mightiest. First place prize, 500 gold pieces. Underneath, in, like, what looks to be actual blood, it says, Let there be blood. Sign-ups at the Black Weather Stadium on the full moon. Some of the strongest in town. Gunta the Gore-Getter, Innis the Incorrigible, Cutid the Captive, and Dum Dum Dookie.
When was this?
This is on the next
Oh,
full
I don't
moon.
see this now.
No.
I'm going to around this egg, like, just kind of write down in my notebook, like, just like the bare minimum, because I see that this is, like, you know, a fighting thing, and every ounce of my soul wants to go there and make a bet. So,
yes.
so I'm just gonna write down Clifton's Mightiest, 500 gold, Black Weather Stadium, midnight. All right.
Okay, so Mosu, you just laid the dwarf upon the bar. Baxter just finished their toss. Gurmir was the one to go down, so Garnek is refilling up everyone, all 3 cups now, and he goes, "Want another go?"
You got it. I'm gonna. No.
What'd you
I
get?
got an 8.
Oh, an 8! An 8! An 8! An 8! An 8! He's like carrying around the green glass bottle, and he's like, What do we do? What do we do? And then he like slams down a little shot glass. He does like a cool, flashy move to spin the cork out of the top, and you hear it go, right? And then, they say all who drink this will feel the dragon's fire. He slides it over to you.
Fire.
So, I'll say
I'm definitely watching this from a distance and just losing my mind.
you need
So I
a
walk around.
really high roll on this one to not be affected. So go
So I'm
ahead.
not rolling on disadvantage. I'm just rolling.
Yep. So you'll
Okay.
roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Should I switch dice or do the same one? Let's switch dice. We're gonna just.
What are the odds? What are the odds? And he's like chanting, "Dragon's breath,
Not
dragon's
very
breath."
good. A 9.
A 9. Okay. So this feels like you're drinking liquid fire. It touches your tongue and it warms up your mouth slowly, and as it slides down the back of your throat and down your body, you feel everything begin to warm up. Your friends look at you and you even look like you're glowing. You let out a little burp, and it's like a little smoke comes out.
Well, that's something.
I feel like I am one with the fire. And then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna summon my wildfire spirit because I get one more. And I'm gonna be like, I feel like I'm like you. And I just gonna go sit crisscross applesauce with my wildfire spirit in my lap. And I'm just gonna mumble to myself and to my little wildfire spirit about how awesome fire feels.
Something tells me she won't be quite so excited about that when she wakes up tomorrow.
Which one of these was the tiny one? This one. Boop. Gurnick's eyes light up and he goes, "Whoa, you're one of those druids!"
Like fire.
Elvia, are you feeling up for another go at this, or is it my turn?
I shall go once more.
He's like, "Do you want to try taking it out of the mighty hammer?"
Why not?
He pours it up high, and as he's pouring it, he tells you a little story, and he's like, "This glass is said to be the replica of a great warrior known as Colossus. Colossus slayed many beasts in the mountains before he too was slain by what they call White Dragon." And then he tops it off. It's got the perfect amount of foam on top. He slides you the coin and he goes, "Go ahead."
Okay. What was that roll again?
Just a D20.
A D20.
A D20.
A 17.
Ooh, 17. Kerplunk! You flick it up, it lands gracefully down and in. He goes, "Oh, I thought you were gonna do another one of those crazy ones." Actually, what's your dexterity modifier? Because you would probably add that to it too.
+2. So that would
19,
be
a 19.
9.
Yeah, it's super graceful. It almost like it lands in kind of like Olympic divers land in and doesn't even make a sound. Now roll a d6 to see if it's heads or tails.
Okay. It is going to be a 5.
A 5. Whoa, you group came to mess me and my brother up tonight, you did.
You're just playing the game, friend.
He takes it and he chugs it. Whoa! And he didn't roll too much better than his brother with the disadvantage. His face doesn't even. This face looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's nose, obvi. And then, he's kind of like illegible at this point. Illegible. And Yeah, intelligible. He's just like, you want a drink, you come back here and you get it. You can have whatever you want. And whatever you want, you just take it. You see him, he points to his brother, and you're like, another one, I'm gonna be just like him. And then he goes, I like your bear.
And so what I do, like, and I'm like, oh, he's talking about you, Kit. Let's go see him. And I'm going to do fiery transportation just over to the other side of the bar.
Do you light anything on fire?
I think
Hold on.
Elvia has to do a
yeah, and in 5 feet has. So Elvia. Wait, you know what? Yeah, hold on. It's kind of where he is, not you are. Yeah, it's Elvia.
Well, he was in my lap.
I know, but he's really big even if he's in your lap. He's taking up the space in front of you. So it's Elvia and Gurnik who's
he's a bear cub. He's not like a full bear. He's a bear cub. He's a small elemental.
I know that you're big, but he's big too. I mean, like, even a cub is bigger than a dog.
That's true.
Wait, I'm passed out?
No, you have to... Is it a Constitution saving throw? What is it?
Dexterity.
A dexterity saving throw. You're going to take damage from Mosu's fire.
I'm sorry, I'm drunk, guys.
Alright, dexterity.
What do you need to be?
13.
Oh, yeah. Gurnik failed.
I'm assuming he catches fire.
A 16.
Oh, you did it. How many ouchies is it?
5 ouchies.
Oh, damn. Oh, look at that! And then, like, before he sees you, do you pop, like, in here? Do you go between your two brothers? Okay.
Yeah, that's
is
where I
there
pop
another one when you pop up?
No, just when I leave.
Okay, so, yeah, I'll say that, like, some of Gurnik is a little smoldering, and Gurmir's there, like, oh, my brother! He's a little...
And I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. My hand's gonna light up in flames, and I'm gonna touch him and cure wounds.
Oh, dwarven barbecue tonight!
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is fine. Imosu, maybe no more teleporting while you're drunk.
6 healing. So
he's all healed.
So I healed him.
He's just gonna like hear Leoff from across the room going, hey guys, you're not like destroying the place, right?
Okay, everyone give a perception check to see if you hear Leoff.
I'm just walking around with this
19.
egg.
A 19?
Perception?
Yeah.
5.
An 18?
12.
An 18 for Elvia as well? And a 12 for Mosu. Mosu, I'll say just because you're a little more drunk, you don't hear, like, it's not that you don't hear Leoff, it's that kind of thing where you don't listen to, like,
I do that a lot.
It doesn't happen. And Elvia, even though you rolled really good, because I think you're pretty feeling it. Yeah, you had rolled a 3 before. You're feeling it so much that you just hear Leoff's voice, but not their words.
So I'm the
Elvia,
only one that
she doesn't understand that. She says, because she's so drunk, she says, "Me govanen Senya," which in Elvish means "give me my baby."
So,
and she runs over to Leoff.
Okay.
So I'm going to, because I speak Elvish, I'm going to respond back
Oh,
and be like,
shit!
and I'm gonna respond back in Elvish in a very calming tone, and be like, why don't I keep walking with it for a little bit while you sit down? Mommy's night off.
Wait, can you pretend to say it in Elvish though? This is what Baxter hears instead.
While that's happening, Mosu is just like rolling around with her bear. Just like I'm laying down and I just have the bear and I'm like rocking back and forth with my bear.
Gurmir's trying to express something to you. I can put my hand on it. You think I didn't touch it? It's gonna burn.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay. And he reaches his hand right out into like the middle of where its head should be.
So I don't know if something touches it if they burn.
Yeah, what do you?
It's a spirit.
But it kills creatures using fire.
Yeah. But also the attack is it takes a seed and it makes it fiery. It's not like it hits its things with it.
It's also made of
That's true.
Fire.
So what should I roll for the damage for that? Should we just do the same as fiery transportation?
Yeah, sure.
So he has to roll a dexterity saving throw.
He got an 8. Give him some damage.
Okay.
He goes, oh, it
3.
tickles. It tickles.
Baxter, at this point, I'm just shaking my head and Leoff, whatever you end up saying to me or saying in Elvish that I don't understand.
Okay.
Yes. So I guess like what you hear is me like just like patting Elvia on the arm while saying very, very calmly. I'm like, Lori Lenter, Leslie Sentire, Jenny Van Remmer, Alda?
Oh my god, that sounds like Simlish.
Whatever you say. Okay.
Susul. Susul. Oh, Bagadagadar.
I'm gonna lean over the bar and look at Mosu rolling around on the floor and be like, "You good down there, Mosu?"
Baxter,
I'm having the time of my life.
give me a perception check.
A perception check.
Yeah.
19.
Okay, you perceive that when Mosu did the wildfire teleportation, the cork to the dragon's breath was off, and a semblance of fire is starting to stir at the top of the bottle and work its way down to...
I grab the cork and stick it back in the neck of the bottle.
You see, like, the glass just get black around it.
Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. I'm gonna wave over to Leoff and be like, I'm going to the rooms. Like,
Elvie, also you understood exactly what Leoff was saying if you want to reply, unless you're already concocting a reply.
I'll reply. I'll say, in Elvish, I'll say, me Gomri, which means I'm worried.
Aww.
And I'm just gonna be like, Nani, like, don't worry. And just pat her on the head after I've like placed her in a chair.
That's so cute.
y'all are adorable.
I'll say, you also, Baxter, noticed that Jador and Yuchi didn't follow you guys into the guild.
Before I go into the room then, I'm just gonna peek my head outside to see if I see where they are. I'm not leaving the building, I'm just doing one of those of like looking out.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
22.
22. You notice that they're nowhere in sight.
Fantastic. Also not my problem. I'm going back inside. And I go back inside, and I kind of yell over my shoulder and be like, Elvia, your brother wandered off. And I go back into the room.
Okay.
Hano, which means my brother in Elvish.
If you guys want, we could take a little break here, unless you want to do something like super specific.
before we do take a break, so I don't forget, I'm kind of unpacking myself. So, like, I'm taking off the pack, laying down weaponry. I've got my daggers, and from the backpack, I'm going to take the blue ribbon that I have and stick in just like my pants pocket. And I still have like my money, but like all the rest of my big equipment, I'm leaving here in the room
Okay, sure.
for when we come back.
Yeah, you can send me a list of things you're leaving here if you want.
Okay. It would probably be shorter just to send you the list of things I'm taking.
Whatever. Whatever you
Right.
want.
Taking on our next adventure?
On a adventure that I need to take,
This is
hopefully,
cryptic.
hopefully,
Maybe you'll
uh,
notice, or you won't notice when you go to the room if Baxter's things are there. We'll see. Um,
it'll
okay.
also depend on what time it is when we come back for our like in-game what time it is when we come back from break.
Yeah, we'll take like a 10 here, which is kind of the in between point right now. All right.
And we're
Sounds
doing
good.
a long rest.
You will be when we finish, if the night is finished, unless you guys want to do anything particular. So I wouldn't take it just yet, unless you all agree that you're kind of done for the night.
I have things that I need to do in the night. So if everybody
Okay.
else wants a long rest, I have things I
Um,
need to do first.
Okay.
I am gonna be awake probably inside this tavern because I am currently caring for an egg whose mother is definitely not able to care for this egg.
I'm a
did
bad
you
mother.
heal yourself, Leoff, already? Did you
I
use
what?
your wand? Because you were
Uh,
like damaged before.
yeah, on the way back I used 2 of the charges.
Oh, right.
And
So I
then
just look terrible, but I did heal.
yeah, so even on like the short rest, like even if you're caring for the egg and taking notes and stuff, I'm sure those are things you can do with a short rest. A long rest, you'd be probably doing something more like sleeping. So if you plan to stay up, I would say that I could consider that a short rest, unless you were like doing actions. Um, so yeah, let's take a 10. We'll be back at about 7:55 ish. I added 2 minutes. Hee hee. BRB. And just like Slim Shady, we're back again.
Jay, back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Okay, I'll stop now.
Da 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 Now guess who's back with a brand new everybody. Okay, discourse. So Baxter is futzing with their stuff. Elvia and Leof, you guys are speaking fluent Elvish to each other, and Mosu is laying on behind the bar with her wildfire and the only sober enough, slightly, even just teensy weensy bit enough brother to be awake, Gurmir. Gurmir is talking to Mosu, saying, you know what? He's like, Mom, when I was little, I hated the guild. I didn't want to be here doing the same thing my dad did. But you know what? He puts his hand on Mosu's head. He pats it. You guys made me realize why it's worth it again. And Elvia, Leof, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to try and get Elvia up and towards the rooms because I'm like, she needs to go to bed.
I will, since Leof talked to me in Elvish, I'll go with. I won't be fighting it too hard.
Okay, cool. So you lead Elvia without any resistance back to the room, and as you enter the room, you see Baxter in the corner, messing with their pack and putting it wherever they might be putting it.
Somewhere out of the way where people aren't going to trip on it.
Sure.
Knowing that, like, almost everyone is, like, super buzzed right now, I'm just gonna be, like, with this egg strapped on me as I'm slowly putting Elvia, like, into the bed and, like, covering up. I'm gonna be like, do you need any help, big guy?
Oh no, I'm fine. Actually, do you still have any charges on that magic healing stick of yours?
Yeah, I have a few. I'll have to set it out in the early morning for it to recharge, though.
DM, what time is it roughly right now?
Well, I mean, like, I have 6 right now, but if we want to get back to the full 10.
Gotcha.
So I could use it right now.
If you wouldn't mind just to top me off, I'm still feeling a little rough, and I got a few things to do yet before bed, so, it'd probably be a smart idea for me to, not be walking around injured.
Because you have a 17 out of 21, that's just gonna be 1 charge, so.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, after I have, like, Elvia just padding in the bed, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look at her, I'm gonna be like, Atamin, and then, like, good night, and then, reach over and, like, into my own pack and take that out, and give Baxter just a light little tap on the shoulder with it, and a nice little blue glow comes out and heals all his wounds.
Ooh.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Do you think you'd be alright to watch our 2 adorable drunkards while I go out and collect some of my own information?
Yeah. Sure. And I'm gonna be like, seems sus.
I promise it's nothing bad. It's just the connections that I've got at this one spot. They're a little rough around the edges, and I don't think it would be smart to try and tote the whole group. They're kind of the unsavory type. So, it'd probably be best if I went by myself. But they hear things, especially things about maybe this Prince of Thieves, that wouldn't necessarily get filtered into the more acceptable social circles.
I get that. I get that. I sure. And then Liam's gonna start looking through his pack real fast.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Give me a hot second.
yeah. So, DM, roughly what time is it? What time of day? Probably nighttime-ish.
So when you guys rolled up in here, it wasn't too late in the day. You guys got here in the early afternoon, so it's like it's just like supper time, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys are shit-faced drunk at supper time.
So I am going to slip out of my pack a potion of healing, greater healing. And I'm going to hand it over to Baxter. I'm gonna be like, normally, I don't like being left out of the loop, but seeing as how our friends can't really come with us, I'm going just take this. Hopefully, you won't need it.
Oh, I shouldn't.
Well, I have my staff. I gotta recharge it, but just in case, if they're not really that savory, as you put it, I would feel better if you had this. And I'm just gonna try to not be as awkward as I sound, as being friends is very strange for me. So I'm like, it would make me feel good if you had that.
Well, how can I argue with an argument like that? And Baxter takes the potion and kind of holds it in one hand, and he takes his other hand and puts it on Leoff's shoulder and kind of like does the gentle like forehead boop. And just thank you, friend. I promise I'll be fine, but I'll take this with me just in case.
Leoff, by the way, just turned a beet red, like from his ears to his nose, and just went, "You be safe, big cat."
Of course. And as Baxter leaves, he kind of gently ruffles Leoff's hair and walks out of the room, kind of smirking a little bit.
Then I'll go out and check on Mosu after Baxter left. Now that Elvia is sleeping.
Right. So with permission, DM, I would like to make my way to the sneak peek.
Okay, I'll say, for the sake of it, I'm just gonna deafen everyone else who's at the at the New Dawn.
Okay.
While you're there, and then if you guys intermittently, if there's something you guys specifically want to do, otherwise it seems like Mosu's kind of tucked in for sleep behind the bar. Elvia's tucked in, and Leoff's you can pretty much as a short rest, kind of take your short rest, and you can take notes, write songs, kind of short rest type things, while we do this little side bit. And I will, when you hear us again, that means we are back at the guild. Ooh.
So exciting.
Ooh. Okay. Even though they can't hear you, I think. Hold on.
Hello.
No, I'm like, no, I was just looking at, okay, I did the right people. Sometimes I'm confused and I do the wrong things, but I did the right things. Okay. They're going to be able to see where you're going. Because I'm going to switch the map. For the sake of it, though, when you go out of the town, just roll to see if there's a random encounter real quick. Boop, boop, beep.
So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Enjoy. Tell us
That's
if you're
funny.
okay.
I deafened them,
Okay,
but
so
we
will
could still
explain
hear
what
them.
happened.
I guess I'll mute them.
So,
Oh yeah, that might be a good
I don't
idea
know
because I don't know who's
who.
playing what.
no, I'm actually not
Yeah.
sure what.
Oh, it was Mallory. LOL. I'll
Lols.
just mute. I can't. I'll leave what's her ass unmuted. So anyway, your random encounter is.
I just roll.
So you come out, and as you're walking down the side streets on the way towards the sneak peek, which is down by the not as well taken care of port, a stagecoach goes by very, very fast, almost like it's charging at something, and a little kid falls out in front of it.
Falls in front of the stagecoach.
Yeah, the kid was like, you see that the kid was messing around and got like pushed by their older brother and falls out right in front of the stagecoach.
I am going to dash in front and try and grab the child and roll out of the way.
Okay, give me a dexterity.
Oh my god, of all the times. That saving throw or just a straight dex check?
It was a dexterity check. Not a
just
saving.
a check.
Not a saving.
Not a saving throw. Well, then that's only a 9.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna get hit, but I'll say that because you threw yourself in front of him, he won't take any damage. So,
Oh, good.
I'm gonna roll some damage. I'm gonna say it's a D12 because it's a stagecoach. Take 7.
Jesus Christ. It's a good thing I had Leoff heal me before I left.
Yeah, you got busted through. And they didn't stop either. It was a hit and run scenario. They kept going, and the little boy looks up at you and he goes, "Thank you." And then he gets up and runs over to his brother who pushed him and starts beating on him. He's like, "You nitwit!"
I stand up painfully, heavily bruised, kind of dust myself off and get back onto the side where they are out of the main road area to as further avoid other stagecoaches. Can I do a perception check on the kids to see if there's anything like
Sure.
spectacular about them?
Pretty much anytime you want to take a perception, you can. I'm not going to say no.
It's only a 10. I'm a little staggered.
Yeah, so you notice that one kid is like, the kid who pushed him was 10 and the little boy was like 7, and they're a little dirty, but you don't really notice anything much else about them.
All right. I'm just gonna sort of do one of those of like, please be careful in the roads.
And you
Like,
hear the little one crying. Just like that.
I don't know that there's need for quite that much noise. And I kind of pat him on the head and I give him, what did I say I had with me? How much? I'm gonna give him 4 copper, 2 for each of them. I don't know that it'll do a whole lot, but I give each of them 2 copper and be like, hold on to that and use it if you need for something else. But please stay out of the roads.
I'll say as you're walking away, you can hear them fighting as the older one tries to take the little one and the little one tries to take the older ones, and you can hear them go, "It's not fair! You pushed me!"
At this point, I'm just kind of shaking my head because, like, I'm not playing mediator that much, but I carry on.
Okay. Let's see. I was gonna do this, and then hold on, it's not on the right page. Does it have to be here? No, just close that one. Huh. Sorry, I'm just trying to close something, find the right page. There we go. Okay. So, let me bloop you here. Boop.
Bloop.
And then I will drop you in.
Yes, please. How lovely.
All right. Oh wow, that's quite tiny. You got a little one. So yeah, although this is, you know that this is where this like the worst of the worst are. You enter the sneak peek.
All right.
Where would you like to go?
Um, I would like to see if Anita is working at the bar.
Okay, give me a I'll say you walk in kind of to the middle of this parlor, and you can see the bar from here. Do a perception check. Pardon me.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you can see that she's in the corner slinging some drinks.
I'm gonna walk up to where she's at an empty space at the bar if there is one, and just wait till she's not actively pouring drinks to try and catch her attention.
Yeah, she sees you as you're coming up, and she goes, "Oh, Baxter, you're back, eh?"
That I am, Anita. How are you?
Oh, could be worse. Could be better.
Sounds about right for just about everybody. I just got half run down by a stagecoach on my way here.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, all kinds of wild stuff going on. Did you happen to get my note that I sent you?
Oh, it just came in a few days ago, but you know, Baxter. Hold on, I wrote something for this. You know, Baxter, you are quite charming, but I just can't be going around snooping for you. You're a little bit better at that than me. Wouldn't be good for my constitution. I can only tell you things I hear in whispers, you know, from around here. Not outside my expertise. Just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's understandable. I figured maybe some of your whispers might have been a little odd here. I wouldn't expect you to go out of your way to go looking for things that might get you into trouble. I just know you get a lot of odd types in here, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only thing that I did hear of in passing, not by pushing any agendas, is there was an eclectic group once known, going by the name the Band of the Phoenix. It seemed like they had a pet of such nature. People have been saying the band was seen leaving Catastock in the direction of Marl, but that was ages ago. Anyway, who in their right mind would be headed there?
Not very many in their right mind, I suppose. Well, I happen to have another question for you. I see you're busy. Is Bo working this evening?
Oh, we got everyone on deck tonight. Even a new one.
Oh, how interesting. Training up somebody new?
Yeah, they don't seem like they're into this kind of work, and honestly, I don't think they're here by their own will.
Oh no?
No, but, you know, I can't talk about the help that much. Little Baxter. And she, like, gives you a little pat on your paw. And I'll say she slips you a little note.
Ooh.
And because no one can hear you, and you can read it at any time, I'll just tell you that the note says that it seems like she is a farmer from down south who was captured.
Oh. All right. I kind of give her like a little quick wink and I say, well, no, of course you can't be talking about people, you know. That kind of stuff gets you in trouble. But yeah, if Bo's available, I wouldn't mind saying hello to him.
She goes, oh, head on up. He's in his regular room. So or is that where you're gonna go straight there then?
I'm first gonna I don't know the usual standard for like tipping for info, but I don't want to not give Anita something, so
Okay.
I'll give her 2 silver for like I'll be stealthy about it. Just do the kind of like shake her hand like no, I grab her hand and I kiss the back of it and I leave the silver in her hand as I leave.
And then, like, as you do that, She like breathes it in, kind of feeling out what you gave her, and she goes, thinking of it now, I'm told that the Band of the Phoenix was made up of some real interesting characters, like a dragonborn, a satyr, an arakakra, even a turtle, and I think it was called a furbolg. Yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
Well,
Enjoy your time with Bo Peak.
I will. Thank you very much, Anita. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Pleasure's been all mine, Baxter.
Hmm.
So you're gonna
And
head on up to where you would know Bo Peak is.
yes.
So you head up the left set of stairs, and boom, 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 drop you in. Shooby bop.
Woo!
Make you a little smaller, because I can adjust this. Oh, cool. Yeah. So I'll say, give me a perception check.
11.
Okay, yeah, an 11. You see at the bar, seated at the bar, is one of the regulars, Acid Betty. She's the one who kind of like deals all the drugs. You see a couple new male escorts, a couple new female escorts around, and kind of everyone just getting their love on, but you don't pick out any particular person's face besides Acid, just because she's right there in front of you. Yeah, what are you doing?
So is this, from what I'm looking at the map, are these closed off rooms on the side, or are they all open space? Like where the
So
beds.
I would say that they're kind of the only privacy really that they have is that they're raised up a level. So if you're really tall, you can kind of see in a little bit, but even then the rooms are kind of up a step as well, and they have like privacy dividers between them. But it's all very kind of
Open.
Yeah, I'll say that it's kind of open, even if it's supposed to be like a solid wall. I don't think it is.
Okay. From previous visits, would I know that Bo has a specific area, or is it just a matter of like being at the bar and waiting for him to come to me and then like take me to the spot?
Typically, he serves up at the hot baths, and he's not really like a bartender. He's kind of a male escort, so he could be with a client right now. But typically, he'll kind of be doing his thing, moseying around the space. But otherwise, like his typical like where he'll take somebody back to is, I'll say the blue bed, that big blue bed.
Upper left blue bed with the red feather boa on it. All right. I'm just gonna do like a slow meandering walk around to see if I can see Bo if he's out and about.
Okay, give me another perception check.
It's better. 17.
Yeah, 17. You notice that he is feeding some big burly werewolfy looking guy who's kind of half in werewolf mode, half not in werewolf mode, some cherries at the hot tub.
All right. Does it seem to be a private affair? Like, would I get chewed on if I tried to go up and say hello?
No, not exactly. I think typically how you kind of would gauge this is like there's a couple other Twilight elves in the other hot tub, and everyone kind of seems to be like talking to each other and having a good time. And if they're out here, it's kind of more fair game than if they're in one of the other private sections.
Gotcha. I'm just gonna sort of walk a little closer and say, "Hello, Bo. How are you this evening?"
Oh, hey, Baxter. It's like fancy seeing you. It's been a while.
That it has, handsome. How are you?
Oh, you always know how to charm. You are so cute. And then you
I
hear
do
the werewolf going, "Rawr," and he eats like the cherry, and he's like, "Simmer down, wild thing."
try. I was hoping to catch some of your time this evening, Beau, if you're not currently engaged.
And then he like boops the werewolf on the nose, and he's like, "It looks like others are ringing for my attention." He's like, "I'm sure someone else will be with you again." And then he gets the puppy dog eyes, and he's like, "Don't you worry, I'm here all night." And then he walks off with you and like grabs your
I offer
arm.
him, I was gonna say, I offer him my arm.
And goes, "You are just chivalrous." So are you leading him? Is he leading you?
I'm letting him lead me, but I'm being very, like, proper about it.
Oh, okay. So then he's gonna lead you up to the room, and I'll say like this is curtained, so he pulls the curtain shut to give you more privacy. So like these are like privacy dividers, but then the curtains can be pulled shut.
Gotcha. I'm going to sit on the bed and have him sit next to me and just sort of like lounge.
And yeah, he just like pets your ears
Mm-hmm. It's been a long time, Beau. It's nice to see you again.
and scratches you on your lower back
Mm-hmm.
in your kitty erogenous back.
I purr a little bit.
He goes, "Oh, you are just tense." He rubs out like your shoulder blades a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Um,
So what brings this little kitty all the way here tonight?
well, of course I always love seeing you, Beau, and your handsome face. But I was wondering if you had heard any new interesting stories to tell me.
Interesting stories. Anything in particular, darling?
Well, I hear there's quite a lot of upheaval with some potential new Prince of Thieves character.
Ooh,
Anything about
yeah.
that?
Prince of Thieves. Everyone's hot topic. I've heard so many stories, and it's not like any of them are worth listening to. Almost sounds like hollow japes and jives. I mean, let me see here. Some schmuck came in here talking about how they lost their wife to him. I didn't listen too long before I shut him up. Wink. Then he said, let's see. Stealing cows from ranchers? How boring. I mean, come on. Nobody goes down there or comes back to talk about it. They're...
Well, I can tell you that it wasn't thieves stealing the cows.
Oh?
Hmm. It was something of a bit more of a feathery variety. They had themselves a bit of a griffin problem.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Baxter, you know where all the fun is.
I do try.
There's a lot of rumors going around that that dirty guild on the edge of town has been paying the Prince of Thieves for, I don't know, work orders or something like that.
The New Dawn?
Yeah, a new dawn. That sounds familiar. I don't listen to all of the ins and outs, but I mean, if you put a name to it.
Well, I can tell you, as far as I know, they haven't had any dealings. They're quite put out with those rumors. Do you happen to know where those rumors started? Or who's spreading them, at least?
You know, it seems like a lot of the folk coming from Kingdom Court talk about it before anyone else.
Well, of course they do.
And then he like really rubs in a knot on your shoulders.
I melt a little bit more, just like really relaxing. We also had that new temple pop up while we were down there poking at griffins. That's news. That finally had something come of it. What have you heard about that?
The Temple of what now? I'm sorry.
Oh, that new. Oh, what even was it called? I don't remember.
Oh, I know what you are talking about. Is like we just had our own fire lighting this morning. Everyone had to attend.
Hmm.
Yes. Yep.
Looks like I just missed that.
Didn't you just? Yeah. Followers of the light, they call themselves. Miss Karena, part of the Order of the King. She's the one pushing it on. I don't know too much about it, and I'm not sure I like it.
Yeah, it seems a little. I don't know if slimy is the right word, but it doesn't quite feel wholesome. We'll put it that way.
No, it doesn't.
Mm.
Up at dawn, that's the worst. I should be going home to bed.
Ugh, you're not kidding. Ugh. Has that rebellious prince still been running around causing trouble? Or has he been
Leonis,
held in line a little?
I'm sure he's got half a dozen ladies pregnant by now, but I haven't seen them. It's a little strange, if you ask me.
Yeah? He has been running around a while, so it's odd that he hasn't been seen out and about outside the court.
No, no, no. I mean the ladies that he's been
Oh.
with. I've seen him. That's what makes it weird that any lady he's been with, I haven't seen her. Afterwards, at least.
That is odd.
Yeah.
That's no good at all.
He, like,
If
works
they're
up to
lucky,
your
it's
neck.
Well, if they're lucky, it's just hush money. We
I
can
hope it's
hope.
just that. Who knows? There's some dealings happening in the Kingdom Court. Could be anything.
Hmm.
I can tell you what, if he asks for me, I think I'm taking the night off that night.
Oh, I wouldn't blame you. Sounds like a bit too much trouble to have to get involved with for me.
And you guys can hear from out and about that someone like rings a bell, and they have like you've learned that they have like special little bells to like ring for certain escorts. And he goes, "Oh, that's my bell." He goes, "Sorry, Baxter, we're gonna have to cut this one early tonight."
Well, that's all right, Bo. I know you have more work to do. Um, I would know from previous times how much money to give him for his time. Do you have a
Yeah.
rough estimate?
Yeah, let's say 10 silver pieces. Or no, no,
Okay.
no, no, like I think that's one gold piece. We'll say 5 silver pieces.
I give him a gold.
Oh, he goes, "Oh, Baxter, you are so good to me." Um,
I
is that
do try.
is that all? Is that what you're gonna do before you head back?
I'm just gonna sort of like do the quick like forehead bump and pat, like a quick hug, and oh, before I leave, I'll take out the blue ribbon that I picked up along the way and hand it to him and say, I know it's not much and it's not terribly fancy, but I've picked up something on my travels that you might like.
And he goes, "Baxter, you know blue's my favorite color."
Yes, well, I have remembered a thing or two about you over the time we've known each other.
And he like ties it around his neck like in a little bow, and he gives you a wink and he exits the room.
I then also leave the room.
Okay. Are you gonna leave the sneak peek now and head back to the guild, or is there anything else you want to accomplish?
I think that's probably about all I'm looking to do.
Okay.
Because I feel like asking for more is going to bring up trouble that I don't want to deal with.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okie
I am gonna head
dokie.
back.
Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop. What's it called? This one. Beep. Boop, boop. Alright. Let me pull up my thing. And then everyone. Oh, I never. Oh, yeah, okay.
All our pirate heads for showing us a good pirate time.
Oh, pirates! All right.
Yes.
And then I would say Baxter also take a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
And Mosu, you can take a long rest. Elvia, you can also take a long rest. And I would say before anyone else wakes up, the boys, Gurnicki and Gurmir kind of wake up first, and you hear, they leave Mosu exactly where Mosu is, but they go back in their kitchen, and you guys can start to smell the beginnings of a breakfast happening. And if anyone would like to get started, go right ahead.
I will get up for breakfast after putting the rest of my gold and the little orb thing back in my pack, just so that it's all in the same place.
Okay.
I feel like a million rocks.
I'm just laying
rocks,
there.
huh?
I feel like I fell asleep in a sitting
She's by
position.
herself, so she's just talking to herself.
Gotcha.
Mosu's just getting up.
Okay, so you fell asleep in a sitting position, huddled over an egg.
Yeah.
Elvia, actually, even though your long rest is like long rest, you probably would have waken up first just because you only need 4 hours of meditation, in essence, and you're still aware. So you would have heard Baxter come in, whereas for Leoff, I think you might have been asleep by that point.
All right.
So Mosu's gonna wake up, she's gonna stretch, and then she's gonna follow her sniffer to where the food is.
Sniffer, from you following your Mick Snifferson, you come to the end of the bar instead of climbing over it, and you enter. Like, you notice the bar is end closed. Like, you can't, unless you do what you did, which was climb over the bar. That's not the entrance to the bar. As you start to follow your sniffer, you find the kitchen, and give me a perception check. Boo doo boo 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 boo.
A 23.
You find that you see the door that goes out to the tavern through the kitchen. You can see that Gurnik and Gurmir look hella worse for wear, but they're like their eyebrows are scrunched so close together that looks like it's the only thing keeping them upright, focused, and like dedicated to the task that they're doing. On the counters and like in the pans and skillets, you see that they're making a mighty feast. Like, there's scalloped potatoes and meat, marinated meats cooking, like a whole like tray of eggs and griddled thin cut meats and like gravy and biscuits and hawks of ham legs and all this stuff. You notice everything. You also notice that behind you, where you came out, is beep boop, is like a storeroom of all of their like ales and beers and wine, and it looks like there's some salted meats back there, and yeah.
Do you guys need help with anything?
Let me see if they notice you. Hold on. Even though they're really entrenched in what they're doing, and they have their brows furrowed, and they're intently working along, and they're like, "Oh no, you are still an honored guest at this point." He's like, "You just wait, we're cooking you up something real nice."
Okie dokie. And I'm gonna walk out.
Just dip out.
And then I'll go to where I think my friends are.
Okie dokie. So you enter the room, and immediately after entering this room, you feel how crowded it feels. There's like 2 beds up against each wall. Baxter in one, Elvie in the other. To your direct left is Leof hunched over the egg, maybe like still asleep a little bit, and you're kind of like broad shouldered, taking up like a sixth of the space. 2/6 of the space.
Good morning, guys. I'm gonna leave. I'm a little crowded, but they're making breakfast, so get ready.
Morning.
Morning.
And then I'm gonna walk out.
I get up and I do like a big stretch.
Also, just because you still had like a good perception roll before that, you see directly on this corner of the bar, there is a large canister of water and some water glasses on a tray.
Oh, I'll pour cups for everyone.
And there's like fresh cut citrus next to it as well.
I'll put it next to the cups for everyone.
Cute.
I'm going to stand a little bit shakily with this egg because this is kind of a large egg for myself to hold for a long period of time. So
would you
I'm
like
going
to
Well,
take the
I'll
egg?
say yeah, because you're kind of stiff and you slept in an awkward position as you're trying to get up. I'll say give me a dexterity check. You're kind of huddled in the corner. You've been bent over all night long. Your legs are asleep. Pins and needles under you as you try to move them for the first time in 8 hours.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, dude. You are a professional. You plant your heels, you cup the bottom of the egg, and you push up through the heels using your freaking sexy thighs. And yeah, you used your thighs, not your back. You did a good job. That was a perfect squat. 10 out of 10.
That's right. All those years on the pole, man. I'm just kidding. And then I'm gonna kind of nudge Elvia a little bit, and I'm gonna be like, Nerete Quain? Like, be like, are you good?
and I'll say yes, like I'm switching back to common and just ask, well, how did the baby sleep last night? Doing good?
Yeah, baby's great. Missing its mommy. I'm just gonna hand back this egg.
Good, because Elvia was gonna say she's missing her baby. She misses it.
Aw.
So she's gonna ask Leah for it back since she's pretty clear-headed now.
It's gonna pop every bone in my back as I do that.
I'm gonna go over to Leof while Elvia's readjusting and reattaching her egg sling. And I'm gonna take out the potion of greater healing and hand it back to Leof and say, "Thank you for this, friend. I didn't end up needing it, but I appreciate it."
And I'm gonna be like, you know what, big guy? Keep it. Just let me know later what you found.
Of course. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right. I keep the potion of greater healing.
I guess you 3 give me a perception check. You 3.
19.
A 9.
Elvia?
Which one was that again? What role?
Perception.
Perception. Ooh, net 20.
Noise.
24.
You hear some clattering coming through the doorways of the tables being set. You hear silverware being placed and plates, and this smell of breakfast is all wafting in. Leof, you don't really know what the clattering is. You just hear thunking and noises.
Sounds like breakfast to me.
Oh, I'm down for that.
And most of you are right there, so you see them setting everything up. They're putting all the food out on the bar and setting up some of the tables for you guys to sit and eat at.
I'm gonna go follow the noise. I want food.
When everyone gets there, when everyone starts eating, I will also eat so that we can eat our food.
I'm also gonna head out.
Do 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 do. Look at you, like a little family.
We are family.
And Gurnik and Gurmir turn to you guys, and they're just like, "Oh, what a night that was! Aye, brother, I haven't had a night like that in years." And then, they pay their thanks to you guys. They're like, "Whoa, you four are real lifesavers. Speaking of four, where's the other one?"
She's back in the room still, I think.
Aye, well, this feast is for you in your honor, guild members.
Thank you. Stuffing her face.
And they're like, as we said, we'll induct you into the guild. So let's see. Normally, what do we normally do? I don't know. It's been a while. So they bring out this very special axe as you're eating, and it's really ornate, and they also bring out kind of like a very large barrel of like really strong alcohol, but not like good for drinking. And they get up, they stand on the table. The one brother stands on the table. Gurnix gets up on the table. Gurmir pops the lid open of this like big vat of alcohol. Gurnik dips the axe in, and from below Gurmir, he lights up a flame, and they go, "To a new sun, to a new day, to a new hope, to a new dawn!" And then he lights the axe, and like it starts to glitter and shimmer, different colors, greens, yellows, oranges, and they go, "Thank you for being a guild member. Today is the day that marks the first day of your initiation into what shall be a long livelihood of honor and valor. Aye!"
Aye.
Aye.
I am the tiger. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Elvia, get out here.
I just hear it from the other room. Aye.
And
I'm gonna take out when they say that. I'm going to take the seeds that I have in my pouch. I'm gonna throw them in the air, and then I'm gonna cast Druidcraft and make them blossom, so that we just have blossoms out of the air like confetti.
That's so
almost
cute.
that's lovely.
Thank you. I think it's better than fire confetti.
Yeah, considering we're surrounded by wooden furniture, I think flower confetti is a much better choice. Thank you.
And Gurnik and Gurmir look at each other as they had just set the axe on fire, and they're like,
I'm just
Like,
you know,
on to the axe, just throwing fire up in the air to come back down as little sparks, less controlled.
but but fire does give a certain peppering of thrill, if you will.
True, I could. Maybe not.
No, that's okay.
Look entertained.
And
That's okay.
they hop down and they eat with you guys as well.
Good.
Yay,
I was going to
food.
say, if they don't join us, I'm going to make them join us because they don't need to sit elsewhere to eat. Like,
Let's party, man. And by party, I mean just eat a lot of food.
All right, they go, so some of you it's your first time here in Cliveton? Kind of looks like it.
Yep, my first time with many things.
I've been around here back and forth for a while.
And they're like, have you told them of the shops? You guys got a little bit of change now. Maybe you get some more gear, as they like point out at some of like your kind of old or weathered looking gear, a little beaten in and bruised and battered.
Yeah.
Well, that would be just wonderful.
Probably take them around, do some shopping.
I love it. And then the other one goes, oh, I can't wait. If you guys are able to get this done, we can do a little shopping of our own. He goes, hold your horses, brother. We really appreciate you guys doing the legwork.
Well, we appreciate you being the ones to take in the work orders. It takes both halves, you know.
True. Aye. So you guys are our first members since, wow, when was it, Gurnick? Well, it's been ages. Probably since, I don't even know, Leonis was born? Has it been that long, really? Aye. Prince Leonis, I should say.
Speaking of, I hear he's been running around doing his normal up to no good shenanigans. Anything interesting that you guys have heard?
I always hear he's running amok. Who knows? Tallywag. Setting
Teenage rebellion.
Yeah. Setting bar tops on fire. Laying with women. Stealing instruments from bards. You better watch out, Leof.
Well, I've dealt with my fair share of instrument stealers, but I appreciate the concern.
Well, I think it's a little more rough when they're royalty.
Yeah. The trouble's usually bigger when you're dealing with royalty.
Aye, that it is. No one really wants to deal with the likes of him, but prince is a prince.
Indeed.
So what exactly is a prince? Is it like in the fairy tales? Like, do they live in a big castle?
Oh. So you know fairy tales, eh? You like the fae folk?
Well, fae folk. Like spirits?
Oh, the fae, the fairies, the fantastical creatures of the world of fairies and all such thing fae, of course.
Oh, well, I don't think I've ever met one of those. But I do like animal spirits. And plants. And fire. Oh, but I was talking about like the stories they tell us, like how they would tell us that there is like this princess and she was stuck in a room. And so the prince, well, he wasn't a prince then. He was just a little scallywag and he just broke the door down and then he became a prince. That kind of prince, right?
Interesting. They go, when you came to Cliveton, you did notice the giant castle that is Kingdom Court, didn't you? Sits right on top.
Did I?
It sits right on top of Cliveton. I can't believe you missed it. He like pulls you to the front door and like points on top. So basically, yeah, like the way that it is the city kind of sits a little lower. Like, I mean, you guys are pretty close to sea level. You're a port town, and the Kingdom Court sits nestled within like a cover of mountains behind it. It's like a cove. It's coved into it a little bit.
Oh,
And
cool.
it sits up high, so you see it immediately when he points it out to you.
Oh my
He
goodness.
goes,
That
that
is the craziest thing I have ever seen.
that is the kingdom of Court, where the king Ryan and his son Prince Ilionis live. As among other people, there's a lot of better merchants over there. I mean, but not a better guild, eh? And he like elbows you. But he's so short that he like elbows you in the quad.
Even more impressive up close.
Yeah. I'm just not enthusiastic about rich people.
I don't blame you.
Pulls you back in.
I, for one, Baxter, if you could show me a place where I could get like another stick or a thicker stick,
Another
that
stack.
would be awesome.
I'm sure we can find some weaponry shops around here that would have plenty of things for you to look at.
Ooh.
And if you guys don't mind, if we can stop at a place where I can mail out a package. I'd appreciate it.
Oh, sure.
Thanks.
I'm sure we can all get all sorts of errands done while we're running around town.
I mean, if you know this place, and that'd be faster if you showed me where I could mail something out.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm assuming in my stays DM that I would know where I could mail out a package.
Sure, you know that there's like a courier in Cliveton, and there's one at the the Kingdom Court, but that one's a little bit different. But yeah, you know, there's lots of things in Cliveton. As you all get the feeling that this is kind of like the biggest kind of place you've ever been. So city-wise, village-wise, this is the biggest one you've ever been in. It's very hustle and bustling with lots of people. There are a lot of shops, good and for good and for bad, and just general people everywhere doing stuff all the time.
Do we want to get Elvia out of here so she can have some breakfast too before we go off gallivanting? I kind of like lean back to like look through the doorways to see if I can see through into the room. Elvia, are you awake in there?
I'm awake.
Why don't you come have some breakfast?
As she's like slowly petting her egg, having good bonding time, she goes, okay. She gets up and she goes to go and have breakfast.
The separation anxiety of one night away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys dine on your breakfasts, your eggs, your hawks, your meat, your biscuits, your butter, your maple syrup chugged straight from the bottle. Mosu. Kidding. And do you want to head out onto the town and, you know, pick shops or things that you want to go to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Before we do our big shopping, do you want to stop at the courier's office first, Leoff, just to get it done and out of the way?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool. Trying to decide what I want to bring with me. While we're out and about on the town, I'm just gonna bring my daggers, the handy haversack, and my money. I don't want to bring like my whole big travel pack.
Sure, that's absolutely fine. And actually, it's not there, but I'll make it. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, go. Yeah, that's fine. So you travel along. Let's see. You leave the guild, and it is your first time looking through. The buildings have interesting colors, and they're a little bit different colors in different spots of the city. There's kind of like blocks of yellow ones and blue and reds, and Leof takes you down, not Leof, but Baxter leads you guys down to the pier where there is a medium-ish sized building where you see lots of parcels of things coming to and fro, and people with slung bags over their shoulders gathering up parcels and covered things. And they greet you and they go, "Oh, hello."
Hello. Hello.
It's like, "What can I do for you today?"
Well, I believe my friend needs to mail have a package sent somewhere. Do you have some parchment I could write a message on and have it sent down to the ranches?
"Oh, sure thing. 2 copper pieces, please."
I hand her the 2 copper.
Okay. And she slips you 2 sheets of paper and an envelope.
Okay.
An unstamped blank envelope.
Cool.
And I'm gonna go up and I have a little. I'm gonna be like, do you have like a small box that I could mail?
Okay, 5 copper pieces, please.
Oh, there you go. And I hand over 5 copper.
And they give you a blank, unstamped box.
I reach into my pack and I put in the box a candle, a few poems / songs that I've written, some drawings, some little paper animals that I've made, a letter, and then 4 gold pieces.
Sure. And if you could, like, type those also all out to me. And then you pack it in the box, and I'll say that it's kind of like bellowing a little bit at the sides. You like shove the top down, and they kind of help you tape it up a little bit because there's tape. And they tie it all up with rope, and they go, "Ooh, that's a heavy one. It's gonna be a 2 silver piece delivery fee, please. And I'll just need you to write on here where you want it to go and who the recipient is."
Yep. So I reach into my pocket, I take out 2 silvers, and on the top I write down Gerald and Ireland Dior.
Oh, sure. You just write all of those to the courier master, and we'll get this right on the way.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Can we go get weapons now?
I'm gonna write a letter, like I'm typing up the letter to you, but I am writing it and having it mailed, and I'm mailing it to Lucas Hilderston down at the ranches.
Sure. Just whatever you write, just let the courier master know.
Yeah, I'm typing it up as we speak.
Whoever said the thing, you guys can say it to each other, or you can slip away if you want. And I think one of you said something about going somewhere to get something.
It's just Baxter said he'd show me where weapons are. I want to go look at where the weapons are.
If everybody's done here, I'll take you guys to a weapon shop.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will lead them to a weapons shop.
As you're taking a turn, going past, can you give me a perception check?
All of us?
Oh,
Nat 20.
Yep, if you're playing the game, you making a perception check.
Okay.
6.
Dirty 20.
Nat 20.
And Elvia?
19.
Oh, cool. Okay, this is big time. Leof is the only one who doesn't see this. Leof is like, counting off on their fingers. Like, I put this in the box and that in the box. Did I forget anything? Well, you guys are all turning the corner and you see like a very shriveled up lady barely blinking next to a sign, and the sign says, I am an elderly woman who needs help.
I'm gonna go right up to her. Can I help you?
Oh,
What is happening?
she goes, oh, thank you so much. She goes, this dirty bandit, he stole from me. She goes, could you help me?
Well, when did the bandit steal from you?
Okay.
Today?
Let me think. Oh, today. Let's see. He stole from me yesterday.
From your home? Like straight from your home? Or
Yes, he stole from my home yesterday.
do you know which way he went?
She like points at a boat. He went that way.
Do I notice that this is happening yet?
Can I do an insight check on this lady?
Go ahead.
She's like super sus.
Insight. Fudge. That's only a 7.
You buy this story. You think, you're like, this is totally makes sense in this skeevy fucking town that some bozo would come into this old lady's house yesterday and steal something from her and then get on a boat and leave.
I'm just gonna insight check too, even though Mosu's pretty lacking of insight.
Sure.
Can I ask? I'm gonna ask the old lady. I'm gonna be like,
18.
How many were stealing from you?
Just the one. And then, Mosu, you know that, like, you can tell that this lady is, like, dehydrated. She is very old, and you don't think she has a grasp of reality. You don't think she's like sane. I'd say that due to your time in the medical field, that you know that it's kind of like due to her age and kind of like dementia maybe.
Ma'am, why don't we go ahead and we'll kind of look around and talk around and see what we can do for you. But in the meantime, I think you should just go home and rest, and if we find anything, we'll come back to you.
And then she like holds your hands tightly and she's like, this is my home. This is my home. You have to help me.
Is she just like sitting in an alleyway, essentially?
She's just like in a corner, like you were at the courier and you took a turn to go down another street, and she's kind of just like crouched in like near the corner of the building with a sign, kind of rocking back and forth a little bit.
I'm just gonna kind of like turn a little bit and whisper to Leo. I'm like, Leo,
Yeah.
I think she's a little not 100% there. I think she just needs to.
You finish. She needs to what?
No, I think she just needs to go home. And if we see anything after shopping, we'll go back.
And she can hear you say that, And she
What if I'm
goes,
super stealthy in the way I whisper?
she rolled an 18
She's
for
old.
perception.
Oh.
So that's pretty good. So she hears that and she goes, "This is my home. This is my home." And she starts to really get worked up and like points like to the building behind her, which is like just like a flat, dense block of brick. And yeah, she's really worked up now.
Um, can I roll for persuasion to like calm her down?
Of course. Of course you can do these things. You must just do them.
I got 12. So I'm gonna try, and I don't know how effective it's going to be with a 12, but
I'm gonna pretend that I guided you before that. You got this, Leof.
and then I'm gonna be like, I was like, oh, I understand. I understand. This is your home. This building here, right? This is your home, and I can't even imagine the feeling you must get if someone breaking in while you're in there. Just that feeling of violation. I understand. I get this. But we also need to help some others for some people who are in immediate danger, and you wouldn't want us to make them wait when they're in immediate mortal danger for some stolen items, would you?
And then, like, you can see her crying, and she goes, okay, but you'll help, right? You'll help.
Of course. And you know what? In the meantime, do you want some berries?
Oh, no, I'm allergic to berries. All the berries. Every berry.
That is rough.
When I was 7 years old, I ate a berry and I got very sick, and my mother told me that I shouldn't eat them anymore, so I don't eat berries. I haven't eaten berries since I was 7.
That's just
good.
terrible.
Probably shouldn't eat berries then.
Berries, you say?
Yeah, do you want some?
No, I can't eat berries. I haven't had berries since I was 9. My mother told me never to eat berries again.
Put her to sleep.
I'm going to...
Are you here to help me?
I'm going to cast a minor illusion of myself standing in front of her while I'm gesturing for everyone to just keep walking. But, like, the illusion will be of me being like...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll say that because your illusion is giving her attention as the rest of you peel away, if you choose to peel away, that is. Yeah, that she doesn't really say anything to you guys that are passing by. She keeps talking to the illusion.
I will also walk away.
Yeah.
I shall walk away.
All right.
And then
To the store.
I'll slip off until the moment I can't see her anymore, the illusion will be over.
Yeah. All right, Baxter. So where are you taking them first? I'll just like give general descriptions of things to the place that you want, your destination.
I believe we're set on going to the weapons shop next.
Okay. So you travel around the city, smelling new smells and different things, some good, some bad. And you don't have to walk far. It's kind of just a little bit down the pier, a little more, whatever. And you come to a weaponsmith. It's a little hotter around here, and you hear like beating of things, metal on metal, clink, 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 and sparks flying, and just your typical. You see ores around, like the type of metal ore and things of that nature. And there's a couple of small dwarves running the shop. A human who looks bored is sitting at a long but cluttered, cluttered table. And it's kind of almost stall like. It's got an open door, and then you come in and you walk through rows and rows of weapons, and you go back, and the shopkeep's in the back at the table, looking bored, twiddling his.
Passing the door.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
When we're passing the dwarves, I'm just gonna walk right behind one that's doing its work, and just stare for a little bit and go, "Oh my gosh, you're amazing."
Tink, tink, and he goes, "You don't want this in your eye." Tink, tink, as the sparks are flying off.
Oh,
he's you see him wearing something covering his eyes a bit.
So I just cover my eyes.
And he goes, "Yeah, that's more like it." Tink, tink, tink.
And then I'm gonna turn around, and then I'm gonna go back to the shop part.
Yeah.
What is there? What is for sale?
Okay, so, you see, I guess give me a perception check first to start.
17.
17. Okay, so, everyone who's in the weapon shop can do it. Otherwise,
13.
17.
14.
14. 13, 17. So, yeah, I'll say you guys all kind of see the same thing. This place, let's see. Let me do this thing. Let's mess around and find out. Alright. So, on some of the racks that you're passing and hung up behind the person who's sitting there, you see daggers and short bows and swords, a war axe, an urgosh, beats me, a kama, a mace, a greatsword, rapiers, scimitars, short spears, spiked chains, and a long sword that sits on the table where the human is. It's called. They have a little name plaque, and it says "Sword of Life Stealing."
Is there any armor?
No, this is a weapon shop.
Okay.
That can be our next stop.
Wait, that was a lot of stuff. I should have written it down.
I'm gonna walk up to the counter, and ask it's a human guy at the counter, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him if he has any specialty daggers or short swords, anything that's above the standard.
Ooh, anything specialty? Let me look through the catalog. Goes. This bastard sword looks pretty good. He goes first day on the job. Yeah, bastard sword. It's a +5 weapon. It does frost damage. Oh, did you say? I'm sorry. Did you say daggers?
Yes, daggers and short swords.
Daggers. Like a nunchaku, probably not a nunchaku. Oh, a syankum. Oh, that might be interesting. This is... Okay, let's see. Short sword. I got a +2 short sword with flaming. Does flame damage.
I want it.
Oh, you want it?
Do you have any other fire weapons?
Oh, let me see. Fire weapons. Oh.
Do you have a longer one? I'm a little big. Do you have
He looks up at you and goes, I think a mace is more your style. You look like a mace type of person.
Do you have a fire mace?
Let me see what I got. I mean, this one's a +2. It doesn't do. He's flipping. He's like, yeah, I'm really new here, but, see what I got. See what I got. I was like, anything else I should be looking for?
If you get any short bows.
Short bows, okay. Anything else?
Any?
I
Do you have a good, strong sword for a very short-statured man?
Good strong sword. Okay, I'll look through swords, short bows, fire, and for you, he looks at you,
Frost?
Elvia. Frost. Okay, let me take a look at what I got. He goes, feel free to look around while I take a moment to go through the back and see what I got. And he goes, by the way, what's your budget? Because, yeah, this kind of runs, all this extra runs in the few thousand gold pieces.
Ooh.
And he kind of like eyes you guys.
That depends. I have an extra rapier if you would like to purchase it.
Oh, yeah, you want to do a deal? Would anyone else like to sell anything? I'll sell you some
I'll
stuff.
sell my spear.
Your spear, okay. I'll give you. He takes a look at your rapier. He takes a look at your spear, and he's like, "Oh, this spear looks unused. Pretty new. I'll give."
I used it once.
And the rapier I'm showing him is one I've never used. It's one that I picked up on the way there.
Okay.
It's not my normal one.
I'll give you a good deal. I can't pay you retail price, but I'll give you a good deal. He goes,
Thanks.
I'll pay you 6,500 gold pieces for the rapier.
Deal.
And for the spear, let me see. I'm looking at my Kel's blue book of weaponry here for some prices. Okay. Any extra bonuses on it?
Nope.
Okay. Well, best I can do, 1,800 gold pieces.
That works for me.
All right.
Thank you. 1,800. I sell that.
Oh yeah, you got something for sale there, Mass.
Yeah, I've got an extra short sword.
Okay, short sword. Does it do anything special? Anything cool about it?
No, it does not.
You use it a lot?
No.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Short sword. Okay. Nothing special about it. I'll buy it for you for 8,000 gold pieces. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. Now, looking at this catalog here that I got, oh yeah. So, I got a couple.
I do.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I do have an extra crossbow as well. I don't need that because I use my longbow.
Oh, crossbow, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Has it got any pluses? Any like plus onesies, plus twosies kind of deal?
Check. Yes, it has a plus 2.
Ooh, a +2.
Holy smokes, you started with some hot stuff.
Okay, let's see. Ha 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 ha. Oh. Well, let's see here. I'll say, how about we go for... Jeez. His Kelly Blue Book. You think Kel's Blue Book of Weaponry, you think they would have organized it better. How about we settle on 6,000 gold pieces?
All right.
Okay, so let's see here. I'm looking at maces for you, big one.
Or just fiery things. I just want fire.
It's a little harder for me to look for fire, but I'll do my best.
Oh,
I will. I'll try. I'll try.
Well, you could always think of a mace as liquid fire, Mosu.
Oh, there's one that is like radiant, like the sun, radiant sun. Let me see.
I also like a quarterstaff, or a scimitar, or a sickle.
I was just thinking mace, cause you look like the bludgeoning type. But if you, I could look.
I am a bludgeoning type.
Maces are great for bludgeoning. Your scimitars here, they're good for, I believe, slashing. I'm not sure if you like to do the slashing thing.
I just like fire.
Sure, I can throw away the bludgeoning, no problem. It's a lot harder for me to look through the book through fire because the book isn't organized that way, but I'm really giving it a good shot.
That's fine.
Like, I mean, I have a great vicious...
How much was the fire sword? Just how much was it? Is it even in my price?
I gotta go back to the other book. Hold on there, miss.
Oh.
He's like, I got the Kel's Blue Book of weapons, and then I've got my book over here of my inventory, so I just gotta go back and forth. You give me a second. What kind of weapon did I say it was? A scimitar?
I think it was a +2 short sword of flaming or something.
Yeah, that one. 18,000 gold pieces.
18,000? Holy
smokes. Yep, 18,000 gold pieces.
So I probably, none of the fire things I'll be able to afford right now anyway.
Well, I'm not sure. It just depends what we have in stock. And
I'm assuming with how poor I am, I will not be able to. So you don't have to try to find that. I just
have to be honest. I don't think I can find anything else that's necessarily fire specific, just because it's really especially hard to look for something exactly in that element. I could do proficiencies and stuff like that, but it's hard to find a fire. So you said you're looking for a type of weapon. Now, if you tell me the type of weapon, I can look at that. Like, if you name a weapon, did you say a flail? No.
I was just giving examples of other things that might have fire. Whatever will hit people the hardest.
Okay. Your particular build... Is there something that you do more damage with just because of who you are? Maybe like, I don't know, bludgeoning? I don't think that you do as good at slashing or piercing, but I don't know. I
don't have any added bonus for any of my things.
Oh, not even bludgeoning? I kind of thought that's why you had that club there.
No, that was just because I can cast magic on it.
Oh... So what do you want?
Do you have a club that's a plus, or a quarterstaff that's a plus?
Which one would you rather?
Whichever one gives me more damage.
I mean, they're all gonna... You're buying anything that's not what you have is gonna be a better thing. I don't know if anyone sounds better to you. Like, I've got a club here, and he's like, this is a vicious club. This club does, when you roll a 20 on your attack roll with this magic weapon, it gets 7 extra damage of this weapon's type, and you still get your crit. So that's pretty cool. And then he goes, as far as the quarterstaffs, I also have a vicious one. Does the same thing. That's kind of why I'm asking which one you'd rather have, because I have both in the same variety. Really, I'll do a club. Okay, the club. Let me see what I got here. What price I can give you? Ooh, club with a +2. I could settle for like 8,320 gold pieces.
Okay, what is the one that I can buy with the amount of money I have, which is da, 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 da. That's another gold piece. So 1,807 gold pieces.
What? Didn't you sell me something before? What was it?
And it was only 1,800.
Oh, he goes, He goes, well, if
I
you...
can sell you my current quarterstaff if I get a weapon, but that's all I can do.
Well, yeah, he's like, if I'm giving you a new weapon, he's like, would you want to sell the one you're gonna use? Though is better than the one you have, I think.
Definitely.
He's like, I could do that. I'll give you 50% off. He goes, oh, what? He's
I don't know if I'll have enough money. I don't know what the cost is.
Well, I can't see
Or
I can't see your club. What kind of bonus does it do?
my quarterstaff. I was a person who had none of these special weapons. I just went with the basic because we were level 1 characters. So I just have a quarterstaff.
Some of the basic weapons might do a +1. I'm not sure if yours does or not. I don't have.
Mine has +1, but that's because I'm proficient in it.
So okay, the weapon itself doesn't say.
It doesn't say +1.
Okay,
no.
That's fine. He goes, oh, you're right. He goes, you know what? Listen here, folks. He goes, I know this is a bit pricey of a place, and everybody in this town has the same accent, but he goes, I won't tell the dwarves if you don't. He goes, I think it's a little overpriced here. He goes, you run a couple errands for me. I'll take everything to 50% off, and we can still haggle a little bit if you catch my drift.
Sounds good to me.
What kind of errands are they? Before we say yes.
Well, maybe you're not in, but this one is. And he gestures towards you, and he goes, all right. He goes, I need a couple errands, which are as follows. He goes, I was working my last job at the tavern near Kingdom Court. And he goes, I stopped working there just because this paid me more, but I felt a little bad, and I think they need a little more help. So if you help them for the day, they'll pay you handsomely. They'll also pay me because I sent you, and I can give you that 50% off here. Sound like a deal?
I'll do it.
All right. He goes, that's 50% off for this one. I got a couple more errands I could use.
I might save my money and see what the armory situation is all about first.
Oh, sure.
I might come back and do an errand for you if I have money left.
Oh, take your time. What about you, little guy? He says little guy, but he's only like 3 inches taller than you.
I'm just gonna be like, you know what? What I really need right now is some armor, but I do have another crossbow if you're willing for me to sell it to you.
I'll take it.
All right.
He goes, any pluses on that? What you got?
All right, let me look at it. It's never been used.
Ooh, that's good.
No pluses or minuses, just a good, pristine Crossbow.
Okay, let's say, I'll do 6,000. 6,000 flat.
Deal.
All right.
Before we head over to the armory, how much would it cost me to get about 10 arrows for a short bow?
Oh, 10 arrows. Oh, that's nothing. Let's say it's 10 gold pieces an arrow. These are the best arrows.
10 gold per arrow?
Oh, yeah. We gotta make a living.
I understand that. I might have to come back later.
If you do an errand for me, I'll sell it to you half off.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Okay. So do you guys want to pick up the next session at the armory, or do you want to just do the armory now? It is up to you. It's going to take a little time for me to pull everything up, but we could do it.
I'd say next time.
Okay.
And that would give you more time to be, like, ready.
Yeah. You guys can also take your time and look through kind of what is in the inventory selection. For example, like all I was really doing is
We're open to anything that's in the inventory, not like select things that this specific shop has.
yeah, I really want this is like I was explaining, this is the biggest city you guys have ever been to, and I'm gonna let you in on a secret. This is the biggest city in the Isles. If there's something you're gonna find that's not like purple, you'll definitely find blue stuff. Purple stuff, maybe not. But take a look, go through the inventories, see what kind of stuff you want, get specific. You can send me the list, and then I'll come up with the pricing, kind of using what I'm using as a guide. And yeah, so take your time, do that on the next one, kind of find what works for you, what works for your character, especially when it comes to armory, because certain races or certain classes also, if you wear certain one, for example, like elves or humans, if you wear certain types of armor, it will give you a bigger buff to your armor class. Or if you don't wear the right armor, it'll give you a debuff. So it'll take your armor class down because you're wearing the wrong stuff. Take your time, look through it, see what works, play around in your inventory, but then let me know kind of what specific thing you want, and I'll try and make it work so we can get you those things. Because I want you guys to be able to be strong and be able to fight badass things for sure.
You got it.
All right.
You got it.
Thanks for playing.
Of course.
Yay. Bye.